Everybody, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're going to stay in our meta series, How to Win. And this series is going to be bikini. So we made, I'm sure a ton of our clients are bikini competitors. We made you sit through women's bodybuilding, women's figure, finally getting to you. And before I forget, just a little show and tell, something I posted you guys may have seen. We have our new Contest Prep University official applique embroider type thing. So look for posts about that. You guys who watch and listen and maybe are fans of the content may want some of those for your shows, some warm-up type stuff. But Adam, first in bikini, we need some division criteria updates. So as we're closing out this year, I love that we do this every single year because I think there are some changes. I'm just wondering what you have seen this year and how you may prepare people for next year for bikini.
Yeah. So the old running meme joke about bikini is you can't be too hard, you can't be too soft, you can't be too big, you can't be too small. It is a very fine-tuned criteria. I think shape and structure matter a lot. Having just really good hourglass figure, good lines. You do want good conditioning, though. I will say I personally think the conditioning game has gotten, even a few years ago, a little bit harder, but even harder now. A lot of these amateur girls are getting pro level conditioning, and it's not that they're getting leaner per se. The amount of muscle development is making them look leaner. So I would say girls are even bigger now than they used to be, and that's making them look leaner in the long run too.
And we talk about this all the time with virtually every new division, which is they always seem to insert something in between divisions to attract a more pleasing general population athletic look, going all the way back to the very first outside of bodybuilding divisions, things that were almost swimsuit-ish pageantry type divisions, and bikini was the latest iteration of that. And now would you say it's almost a slightly miniature figure where you still now need a lot of shape and symmetry? Are you still looking for a differential between upper body and lower body? You mentioned conditioning definitely has to be there, not as grainy, and muscular as women's bodybuilding, but for enhanced PED using competitors and drug free, you still almost certainly see that the best overall body wins. And for bikini, I'm not sure if people actually are getting penalized for being too lean or too muscular. What do you think?
I don't see it as much anymore. Unless they're really, really big, they're going to tell them to go into wellness. I think that that's difficult because also, if you think order of events, if you're judging wellness first, your eyes kind of get used to that. And then, maybe someone big in bikini doesn't look that big because you just saw, the thoroughbreds of the industry in wellness. So I think it sometimes depends on that running show order and also just who you're compared to. If there's a bunch of big girls on stage, you might not actually stand out in a bad way because you're not going to look as much of an outlier with a group of bigger girls but if you're up against a bunch of small girls, you might be screwed.
Really, really good points on the fact that even the order of events, as judging panels are looking at different divisions in front of their eyes, like that can have a subtle change in their subjective response. The type of precedent that you see in every contest or every class, that could make a difference. But I will say, I know a couple years ago, especially clients of mine who were vying for IFBB Pro cards, some in figure who thought, well, I don't know, maybe I'm not big enough, maybe I should cross over to bikini. Then they'd shoot for bikini and they may be told, well, you're kind of big, we may have to reduce a little muscle size. I just don't see that this year. I see like all of that size is a benefit as long as you can pull it off with the aesthetic of the division, which is your posing and your presentation.
Yep, absolutely. I have a lady this year, lifetime figure competitor and very diehard. But she's thinking of switching this year, and she was probably the last person. I would have never mentioned it to her just because she was so diehard figure. So I was surprised when she came to me, because she was one of those clients who, sometimes it's borderline offensive to them to have them switch divisions. But she said, I think I want to do bikini this year. And I said, I think that's a great move. I've kind of wanted to have this conversation for a while, so I'm glad she sees it.
Yeah, I think these are all just natural trends to keep an eye on. I'm not ready to say that everything is completely 180 in terms of changes, but you definitely see that normal evolution kicking in at this point, and it makes me wonder, hey, what's going to be the next new division? Soccer moms, or who knows? But
Right.
but our next episode in the series, we got to figure out how to train clients and competitors for this. So you guys stick with us. We'll see you next time in Contest Prep University.